Hari Om, Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Welcome back to the class. The last class we had seen how to create an car racing game with half of it better, right? So in the game lab, that was taught in the previous class. So welcome back to this class with the second half of the game car racing game. So let me share my screen and show you what we have done in the previous class, and then we'll continue with it. So I have changed some of the images over here. So when I say run, this is a complete activity which will finally look like. Okay, so when I say run, I have just put the screen different image over here. When I press the space bar, the game starts, and you have the other two player cars which is moving up, and my player car. So mine is a black color car where I have to escape it without touching the other car. So if at all it get touched, right, the game ends over here. Right, that is the game which we have to build it. Once I click on reset, again the game starts. The last class we had seen how to set the screens, how to give movements for our player. All these things we had seen. So today what we are seeing is the continuation of that. The left and right, everything was done. Now coming to the next point. So what is the next point? Once we have given the movement for our car, the next part is to make sure the car, the opponent's car, when I touch them, when my player car is touching the opponent car, the restart screen, which you see here, should be visible. So what do I do? When my player car, if is a condition, if you're checking if it is true or not. If it is true, if your player car is touching car one, if it is true, then you're making the reset screen, that is this screen visible to true, so that you can see this. Then, if your player car is touching car two, that is the second car. Since there are two cars, so the both the cars you're supposed to do it. If you touch any one of the car also, it should show you the reset button. So that's the reason you can see the same coding over here for the car 1 and car 2 when your player car is touching them. Next part, car 1 and car 2. Now remember that, say for example, we are giving two cars. So this car and this car, if they are colliding each other and they're going, so it looks like a single car which is going. So that should not happen. So when these two cars collide, so what I do, I make the car 1 X position. See here, what is the property of this? So say for example, the car, both the cars are here. So I make the X position of one of my car anywhere from left to right. So that's the reason I make the car X position from 400 to 0. Any one of the positions, so it will randomly go. Say for example, now you'll be able to see that. See here, some of the times you saw that some, if at all these both are touching, the green and the black are both are touching, then it makes sure it splits up. Okay, so that is what is this part. The same thing now coming up. Over here you can see that if the car, now you can see blue and green car actually going and touching at this bottom. It is going from top till the bottom. That is, you see this Y position which I placed here. It's nothing but it's about 392, 397, 396. So what I do is I'm giving here at the car, if the car 1 and car 2 Y position is greater than 405, that means the car has gone below this line. So that means again the car has to come on the top. What I do, I make the X position anywhere from left to right and Y to 0. So it starts from the Y on top. Okay. So what am I doing? Once the car is reaching the down below line, I make sure that they come up onto the top position anywhere onto the top. So that is what is this. Next, player card bounce off edges we had done. Last part is your press of your space bar. Now we had seen that once I click on reset and run. See here, this is the instruction screen. It says press space to start. So that means it is a key press. In my keyboard, I'm pressing a space bar. So it should be if key down. Key down is I'm pressing the key. This is the key, say for example, I'm pressing it. So my key is going inside down. So it is key down. So that is space. I'm pressing the space bar. So then I make the velocity of my car 1 and car 2 to 10, 10. So that means I'm making them to move and start visible. That is the screen visible will be for. So that you can see the next. Then if your mouse press over, so here once the what happens if I have lost my game, I reset button should come up. Yeah. So that means once my reset button has come up, when I click on this reset button again my game has to start. So what I do, mouse pressed over. Remember there's a difference between key down and mouse press. Key down is only the keys on your keyboard. Mouse press over is nothing but the mouse click event. The mouse pressed over on what are you pressing? So because even I can press here, it will start. Why? Because the image is fully covered. So when I press over this restart button, so then the player car of car 1 and car 2, sorry, car 1 and car 2 velocity will increase and your restart screen visible will be false. I don't want to see this restart. So this makes your complete car racing game first. Okay. Once again, revising the codes, you are setting a route, you play a car 1, car 2, restart, restart, start. So all these things and create edges, right? So that nothing can go out of the screen. You're creating an edges kind of a borders. Then inside the function draw, you say draw sprite. So everything will be drawn onto the screen. If the key down is left or right, you move up the player car according to the left and right with X. And then player car is touching car 1 or car 2. That is your opponent's car. You make your restart visible screen to true. If your car 1 is touching the car 2, you're making it to split. If your car 1 or car 2 is going at the bottom, you make sure that it comes back again on the top. So it looks like it is running and your player car is bouncing off from the edges. Remember, don't bounce off the car 1 and car 2. If you do so, then your car 1 and car 2 will not go out of your screen at all. Okay? So you are making only the car 1 to bounce off edges. That is, you have edges. When you touch the edges, it is bouncing back. Then if it is the key down of the space bar, you make the car 1 and car 2 move automatically and your start screen will be false. You don't see the start. If mouse pressed is restart, then car 1, car 2 velocity again to start and restart screen. I hope everyone has understood this car racing game. It's a very easy game, okay, in the game lab. So please complete the activity as well as the project that is nothing but the car racing game. So last class project I had said that you can complete the same car racing game, otherwise you'll have to do a minor changes. Instead of the car, you can put some other images. So you can put that and do it. So half was done in the last class. Today the rest of completed and submit as a project. Okay. Hope everyone has enjoyed this car racing game. So by this class, we are ending up the car racing game. This is a very basic car racing game. Further classes, you may have an advanced car racing game or any other game which is very nice for us. Okay. Hope everyone enjoyed it and it was understandable. If you have any doubts, you can come back to me, but make sure you complete your activity and project on time. Okay. Bye. See you in the next class.